Hello and welcome all. I am your guide, Nessa Essa, and today I will be sharing with you some of the wisdoms that I have been receiving, and I'm going to do it on a completely intuitive basis. So yeah, let's see what comes up, what topics come up, and really, like, this is for you guys, whoever's tuning in the future, in the now moment. So whenever you are listening to this, I'm infusing this with the energy of bringing the messages forward that will best serve you on your path in this life, to becoming whole, to becoming integrated, and to really knowing who you are. So I've got this piece of artwork. Let me just get it. It's something I painted about a year ago, and I look at it every day because it invites you to ask the question, who am I? So just have a look at that for a few moments. Who are you? Okay, so I'm going to invite you to take a few deep breaths with me, deep conscious breaths. I've got a beautiful singing bowl here, and I'll ring this, and I invite you on every inhale to breathe in the new frequencies that you wish for, and on the exhale to release anything that no longer serves you. And you can do this as a purely energetic process. You don't need to be thinking of specific things, but you can be kind of feeling the kind of, like if you want to bring in light, you want to bring in love, then you feel the energy of those things. You bring that in with the breath in. You hold. You let that integrate within you. Align your chakras. When you exhale, you release those feelings that no longer serve you, that no longer resonate, that you don't need anymore. So, deep breaths. One more. Okay, let us begin. So, what messages have we got for you today? Well, I have created these heart intentions. So, on one side, they come in different colours. You've got 4 colours. Orange, yellow. So we've got orange for the sacral chakra, which is centered here, the bottom of the stomach. And then you've got the yellow, the solar plexus chakra, which is, that your center here, your stomach itself. We've got green for your heart chakra, your center of love, where you feel love. And the higher heart chakra, pink, which is between the heart and the throat chakra. It's a newly activated one, which is the center for ecstatic bliss. So we're going to be inviting some of these energies in. Now, these cards I created a year ago. It was an idea to share a lot of the channelings. I get channeled messages in very short clips, little clippets of wisdom, I like to call them, or as a poem. So it kind of developed from the poems to the short clippets messages, and really when I started getting those, I felt these need to be shared with people. They're really helping me on my ascension path, so they're probably going to help a lot of light workers and a lot of just every single person, humanity itself, to raise its consciousness. So I'm just shuffling these are the on one side they've got the what they are, you know, the heart intentions. They've got love light written on them because that's the energy that they're infused with, you know. And they've got some lovely light codes there for you guys who like light codes. Just have a look at that one. And we've got the little pagan witch symbol there of the moon and the sun. I've combined it with the sun there because sun, you know, illumination, that light energy. So on the other side, we have two sides, you know, the two halves of the heart. And on the light side, we've got a piece of wisdom, and on the love side we've got just a pure intention of love, so like a phrase, an affirmation, something positive to help you feel love. So here on this one we've got you were born to love, like very fitting, you know. And then on the light section, you know, I recommend to read the light section afterwards. It says feel comfortable feel comfortable and at home in your own skin. My grammatical skills need to be worked on. I need to put a comma or something in there to make that a bit more understandable. Anyway, so we've got the two snakes at the bottom. We've got the flowing one, which is the more feminine energy. It's the what is it, the yin? I always get those two mixed up. I think it's the yin energy is the feminine, and then the masculine yang energy is these straight lines, you know, it's like direction, focus, attention. So there's a lot of symbolism, a lot of different ways to interpret these cards. And what I'm doing at the moment, what I've been doing for the last year, at least in the spring and summer and autumn times, like avoided winter, is I've been putting these out in a little box outside, and I just leave them for people to take, you know, in the community that I'm in, and I'm in Manchester, so in the UK. So that really has been going really well, you know, like I've been putting between 4 and 8 out a day, depending on how many I feel, and they just go within the day, you know, by the time the sun's setting, they're gone. So yeah, beautiful, and it's just a constant stream of new information that's coming in. So anyway, well, let's get to the shuffle. So we had that first one. So from this, I'm going to see if I get any messages, you know, like any topics to discuss, anything that you guys need to hear, whoever's tuning in. So this one popped out. They pop out really quickly, you know, I just shuffle them and they just bam out. And this one's like at the forefront, so we'll start with this message first. So this one says, right, I'll let you look at it and while I read it. So, your heart is a star, feed it light. You are born to shine, praise the sun and its activating love energy. Okay, so for every you guys out there who may not be in sunny weather at the moment, keep strong. The sun will come out, it will shine. You know, the sun is not actually shining where I am right now, it's completely clouded over, but there is still this beautiful light you can see, right? So there is light in the sky even when the clouds are overhead. It's just getting in tune with that, you know, and starting to integrate light inside of yourself, so you start to generate your own light, so you're not so reliant on the outside sources. And you know, this is such a, you know, big thing for people living in the UK. You know, we go through this, a lot of people going through the seasonal affective disorder, you know, I go through it, you know, you go through the winter and you just shut down, you know, because it's like, it's so dark outside and it's so miserable and it's so cold, you know, you don't want to be outside, and your mind is like completely full of all these negative thoughts, you know. Like if you're an empath, and if you don't know what that is, I'll probably be going into it more at another point in time, and I'll just do a little brief run through. As an empath is someone who's sensitive to the feelings and emotions of those around, or even the environment. So if you identify as like a weather empath, I do, then you're very sensitive to the changes in the weather, and a lot of you with seasonal affective disorder will be one of these weather empaths. You know, you will feel when it's raining, you'll feel a certain way. You'll feel a certain way when it's cloudy. You'll feel a certain way when it's sunny, and that's completely natural. You know, it shows that we are a part of nature. You know, we are part of this planet, and we are meant to be here. You know, because a lot of us are living our lives as if we don't belong here, you know, and it's difficult to find a place where you feel at home. You know, there's a lot of times when I'm feeling like the ground is shifting, because it's like, where am I? You know, I'm not at home, but in nature we are, you know. And no matter where you come from, you know, if you're a starseed, you know, nature is something to connect to, because it's where we come from, you know, where our bodies come from. So even if your spirit and your soul comes from other places, you know, in nature you really get the chance to connect back to what's true for this planet, this earth. You know, what's her frequency, what's her song, what is she saying, you know, because especially if you're an empath and you're all the time absorbing all these other people's emotions and thoughts, you know, you're sensing it, you're feeling it. Sometimes, you know, you get aches in your body when you're walking outside and you're like, where did that come from? And it's just someone's just walked past, and, you know, they're carrying this pain, this frequency so bad, you know, and you just feel it straight away. So you know, I'd highly recommend for all you empaths out there to start to empower yourselves by cleansing your auric fields. You know, you really want to start to 1 second, I'll just drink some water. What do you need to start doing? So I'm just looking at the second card. The second card is saying, love is a frequency, tune into your heart. You are strong and you shine bright. So what this is saying to us is that you generate a lot of energy, you know, a lot of love and a lot of compassion. You know, you're feeling from your heart, and you empaths don't just have a small heart here, it extends all the way out here, and you're all the time outside, there we go, you know, completely just feeling everything. So that's absolutely fine, you know, you're meant to do that. On the other hand, you need to protect yourself, you really do. You need to cleanse yourself. So you need to be actively imagining when you're in the shower, you know, or when you're in contact with water, washing away all of the things that, all the energies that aren't yours, you know, and all of the thoughts that you don't want anymore, getting rid of all of that through water and through grounding. You know, you really want to get back in nature, get your feet in nature, get your hands on nature, you know, start to touch the leaves, you know, start to feel the textures and the energies that they carry, you know, touch the barks of the trees lightly if you feel invited to go, because, you know, trees are sacred, they're powerful keepers of wisdom, and they need to be treated with respect, and we're operating on a much slower vibration than we are in the sense of time. If we're looking in the sense of time, you know, how we're experiencing is like sped up compared to them, you know. So you really want to go in with the energy of this slowness, this tranquility, this peace, and sense if you are invited in to touch the branch or the tree, or maybe you're not ready for that, and maybe you're just supposed to be gazing at the tree itself and bringing in its wisdom from afar. Until you've properly integrated that, can you actually come close and touch the bark. So again, with cats, this is such, you know, this is the same thing. If you want to get closer to cats, or you've recognized already your process on how cats have come to trust you, you'll notice that you know, they will not allow you to touch them if you come at them with this energy, you know, this like, I want to like show you affection, I want to, like, that's more for dogs, you know, they have that yang masculine energy of just absolute like love, joy, like showing their affection and everything, whereas the cats are more the yin, you know, the introspective, the mystical. So you really need to respect them, you know, respect them as the keepers of other dimensions, you know, other like worlds, the worlds you go to when you're dreaming, you know, they're accessing those. You'll see them looking around, you know, they're seeing other energies, they're seeing other things that we can't perceive with these eyes, once you start to awaken the third eye, you know, you can start to see these things with your eyes closed. So you have to close these down first so you can get into the inner worlds there, and you know, you can really start to utilize that gift, always combined with love, with the heart, you know, making this mind, body, soul, heart connection. You know, whenever you're meditating, or whenever you're trying to decide to do something, or whenever you are unstable or feeling unsure, and your mind is creating generating all these thoughts, you know, and that's not something to be judged, because that's what the mind's supposed to do. It's supposed to generate all of these future outcomes, you know, past scenarios, like trying to map out life because it's an unknown. So that's what its purpose is, and we're, you know, as humans, we're here to generate thoughts. That's what our purpose on the planet is, you know. So the plants will just offer unconditional love, the animals the same, you know, and we can get back to that too. But right now, like in the stage of evolution, it's been to generate the thoughts, and you know, we're supposed to utilize this gift, and it's starting to clear out the stuff that is just outdated. You know, we've got a lot of junk in there, and we've got a lot of potential. So really clearing up your thought streams. This yellow one is calling to me now. Opening up your thought streams. Yeah, this was the you were born to love one. So yeah, connecting back your thoughts to your heart. So always, you know, if you're unsure about anything, you know, in those states of uncertainty we were just talking about, you can come back to your heart. So you can begin to like get that into that frequency of love. So if a thought comes up and you instantly go to your heart and you think, how does that feel? So does it feel good? Or does it cause you anguish and pain? Does your stomach start to burn, you know, as a thought? Or you're starting to get into that frenzied state? Well, if the thought is generating this pattern of fear, you know, this frequency of fear in you, then it needs to go. You know, it needs to go. It's not serving you. It's not going to help you. And so you can start to listen into your heart, you know, really start connecting to these two parts that are, you know, the newly activated and the one we know of, so that you can start to feel what really serves you, you know, what really is going to expand you and push you to grow. So if you feel good with something, on the other hand, and you feel, wow, you know, if I did this, I would feel so good. And then another thought comes in, it's like, but this might happen, this might happen. The worrying mind comes in. And you're like, yeah, okay, all these outcomes might happen, but you won't know until you actually experience it. You know, your mind's there to contemplate what's possible, but you won't know physically in your body, in your bones, until you actually go and experience it. And, you know, when you're going to do something that's pushing at the forefront of the realms of what you know, you really need to start to it's gone. The thought's just gone. This happens sometimes. The thought just goes, well, it'll come back. So yeah, I've forgotten even what we were talking about. So anyway, this card is saying you are empowered. So yeah, that's brought it back. You are empowered. So, you know, feed your mind with thoughts that will empower you. So you're about to do something and you don't know what's going to happen, but you feel like you want to do it. So go ahead, do it, whatever the activity may be. Once, you know, it's infused with joy, you know it's going to bring you bliss. And if you're scared, that's okay. You know, you need to start comforting your inner child. You know, this fear, a lot of it is coming from either it's external forces, you know, mind programming, like they're trying to get you to not do anything because of fear, like your worries and whatever. And the news as well, you know, I recommend like stop watching that. You know, it's a lot of negative energy, and it's not good to feed your soul with that. So yeah, you want to really kind of go out with this energy, this light energy. So just, you want to feel good. You want to and feel the sun. If you're in a sunny place, if the sun comes out, feel it on your skin. Feel it. Feel the light. Feel that light. Okay. So that's all I've got to say for now. Some final words. I'm going to invite you to take another deep breath. Okay, conscious breath now. We're going to close the session with some loving intentions for you to carry on with your journey on this life. You are divine. You illuminate. You radiate love and light. Look within and transform yourself, for you are divine. Love is a state of being, so be love.